Hello everyone, this is Kasual from nerdhammer.net with round 2 of my Crossroads Spring Break GT, and this one has me going up against some High Elves. My opponent, I was happy to find out, was a guy named Alex, who is actually part of a semi-local gaming group. It was actually one of their tournaments that they sponsored. It was the first tournament I ever played in, and Alex was like one of the first guys I ever met in the Warhammer world outside of my own little crew. So we're real close with the Hell's Crucibles guys. We play them. We always see each other in local tournaments, and we're on a pretty friendly basis. But we do have a little bit of a rivalry going. So let's take a look and see how this one goes. So deployment, here on my right side, I have my Soul Grinder, and tucked in behind, my Skull Cannon, my drones, my block of Plague Bearers. Opposite of them, he has a Bolt Thrower in the woods. He has a unit of Fast Cav, I guess they are Reavers, unit of Dragon Princes. I think they might have the Star Lance in there. Nice sized little block of Phoenix Guard there. His White Lions, of course, with the Banner of the World Dragon. Two Bolt Throwers up on the hill. Continuing on his side, another unit of Reavers, some Archers, another Bolt Thrower. You see there a small unit of Sisters of Avalorn. In behind he has a Reaver unit. On my side here, I put my Beast in conga line form, single Beast. My Pighars, my dogs who are going to be ambushing. I threw the Nurglings over here by the building, kind of getting ready to counter if those Reavers come over, or the Nurglings could hop in the building there with my Furies. So what do I do? What do I do against High Elves with the Banner of the World Dragon and the Mage and the BSB and with the White Lions? Not much. My best idea is I'm going to conga line the beasts, try to kill everything else, toss Final Transmutation on that White Lion unit, try to get it down to a manageable size, maybe countercharge with a bunch of stuff. Alex's list scares me so much. I mean, it's a great list. He doesn't have to come to me. He has a lot of shooting, but going against demons, he knows he can just shove those White Lions down my throat. I can't do anything about him. The Phoenix Guard are going to be tough to deal with the 4-up ward save. This is a really, really hard matchup for me, and we both knew kind of going in, like, I'm going to go balls to the wall, try to win, do my best. Maybe I can pull out a draw or something, but I think we both know that this will not fare well for the Demons. And on top of it, Alex is a really good player. He finished very well in his tournament, but we'll see how it goes. Here's a picture of his White Lions. I think they look awesome. I take a picture because I fear them, but in reality, they're painted beautiful. I mean, the banners are so cool. The lions as unit fillers, you can't beat that. I mean, that's just a spectacular unit. My hat goes off to him. He really made those guys look really nice. This is Vanguard move on his side. I think Alex is already writing down his win there on his paper. I'm not 100% sure, but he might be counting his chickens before they're hatched. And the Reaver's on the other side. So let's get into it. High Elves win the turn to go first, and he pushes up in the center, of course. What else is he going to do? He wants to get up there and smash face, while his shooting comes over top and does what it needs to do. He gets Wither off here on my Beast and Nurgle unit, so what does Wither do? Reduce toughness, I guess. So he's going to do something to them. Takes 3 wounds off of them through magic. Not bad. At least I got 4 there still. Over here is shooting, kills 2 of the Screamers. That's okay. I could grow them back with some Zeech spells. I did roll up Treason, which is nice for me here, but I mean, their leadership's pretty good. The best I can do is pull off, not letting them get a reroll when I get on that. If I multi-charge that White Lion unit at some point, maybe I can break him and get that banner out of the way. Anyway, turn 1, Demons. So I try to go for a little shock and awe here. I wanted my Plague Bearers to make a fairly easy charge into the Phoenix Guard along with the Soul Grinder. Plague Bearers in first. I roll their distance. They fail, of course, so the Soul Grinder goes in alone. I'm not going to blow through that unit, I don't think, but maybe they can tie them up for a little. Maybe you can tie them up for a little bit. Who knows? I throw my single beast up there to redirect a white lion so that my soul grinder doesn't take them in the flank and completely destroy them. I push up on the right side with my plague drones. I feel like I'm pretty far away from those dragon princes. I can't chaff anything up, so I'm getting ready to countercharge if the dragon princes go into the soul grinder, which I feel pretty good about. If the soul grinder can stick around, I mean, he is toughness 7, and he's, hopefully he can hang out there a little bit. I bring the Furies up to block up his. I guess they're silver helms on that right side, on the left side there. Yeah. His sisters were in the building. I charged him with my Nurglings. I think he did 2 wounds with the stand and shoot. So we'll see how combat goes there. I have a pretty good magic phase. I get Final Transmutation up on the white lines. I take off just a couple, maybe 5 or so. I throw Treason on the Phoenix Guard, so at least they won't be able to use the BSB reroll for some ungodly reason. The Soul Grinder kills enough to win combat there, so at least he won't get the reroll. They still have good leadership around, but they can't use the General's leadership either. And I also, just to try to get the icing on the cake, I throw Enchanted Blades on them also and get +1 to hit. So I'm really trying to load up that combat, hoping that Soul Grinder could do something to the Phoenix Guard and see if I can break on through and tie up this white line unit. Really wish the Plague Bearers would have made it in there. I would have had some more combat res, would have made that combat a lot better, but you can't win them all, right? And the Soul Grinder gets melted. The Phoenix Guard, they were hitting him, I guess, on 3s, but wounding him on 6s, and I think Alex rolled like 9 6s, if I'm not mistaken, and I can't ward save all that. Yeah, so goodbye Soul Grinder, and goodbye plans of me blowing through that Phoenix Guard and getting on to the rest of his army. That did not go as planned. Turn 2 High Elves. So what does Alex do? Charges. So Phoenix Guard going to the Plague Bearers. That's going to be a tough matchup. The Plague Bearers should hold off. The Dragon Princes made a decent charge into the Plague Drones here. And I don't know how far it was, but I mean, I guess it was reasonable enough to try it. And without the Soul Grinder there, he weighed his options and thought, well, why not give them a try? I think that's a great move. I really wish he didn't make the charge, but yeah, we'll see how the Plague Drones hold out. Over here, the charges that I gave him, he goes and takes. My redirectors, they won't help me much now. Over here, sorry for the blurry picture, those cards are debuffs on my Plague Drones. I assume one is probably Wither, maybe Miasma on another one. One thing I gotta say, Shadow seems to be so amazing for High Elves. With the book where they can reroll, a single die that casts. I mean, you can just chuck 2 dice at it, reroll 1. I mean, so many spells go through. I've been facing Shadow now a lot with High Elves, and I just see it over and over. I mean, you really can push spells through, and it's not even like you take Shadow just for Mind Razor, because almost all those spells are good. You can, combo Miasma with the Initiative and throw Pit of Shades out. I mean, Shadow is so nasty when you can just re-roll one of your die for casting. Definitely a strong lore, especially with that Book of Hose. So after combat, he does 4 to the Plague Bearers, and they stick around. Not bad, but there's nothing stopping the White Lions from getting into flank already. Another side note to this matchup was the Blood and Glory scenario. You get bonus points for break-in, but if you break your other, it doesn't end, but if you could break your other opponent, you can get an extra 250 or 500 if you break him first. But it also meant that our deployment was a lot closer. I tried to deploy back as far as possible, but I mean, he was up at the 18-inch mark or 15-inch mark, 18-inch mark. So he was on me pretty quick, a lot faster than I really wanted him to. Plague Drones, they take an absolute slaughtering. I'm not sure how many of the Dragon Princes killed, but with my instability test, there's only 1 left with 3 wounds, so things are not looking good for the Demons already, and it's only turn 2. we talked about it before the game, and we thought, well, we're gonna know we're gonna know pretty early how this one goes. Um, yeah, that's just a shot of the White Lions. You know, they have an easy flank charge there. Turn 2 Demons. Hey, my dogs come on. Not bad. Coming on in turn 2. That's lucky. The Nurglings, they're going to charge the building again. There's one lone sister in there, so hopefully the Nurglings can get them out. And I'm pretty happy with the Nurglings killing a bunch of sisters. I'll take that. I mean, they're about the same same cost point wise, but you know, I'm proud of the Nurglings. In the center here, I bring up my remaining screamer to traff up the Silver Helms, and I try to push my pink horror unit out of the way of the White Lions. That piece of terrain there is calamari quicksand. I'm sure that's not what it's called, but it's really bad for monsters, beasts, and whatnot because they're destroyed. It's not like dangerous terrain. It's like if you fail the dangerous terrain test, it's completely removed from the game. So I'm trying to hug it and not get my Beast of Nurgle in there, which is just an awful spot to have that piece of terrain in my deployment. But yeah, that's how it went. So let's see what else we're looking at. After combat here, wow, the Phoenix Guard really let loose, and through demonic instability, I really take a beating. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. This game's going pretty sour pretty quickly. And on this side, the Nurglings take the building. Not bad. Turn 3 High Elves. The White Lions come into the Beast. Yeah, expected that. I think he had such a good round of combat with the Phoenix Guard on my turn that he didn't feel the White Lions needed to go in. He had to get to this Beast unit and start cutting them up. You know, I'm minimizing the frontage for the White Lions, but I mean, it's not going to help. I can't do any damage to him. He has a 2-up ward save against all my attacks, so not much a Beast is going to do. I tried to challenge him out and trick him, but he didn't fall for it. I think I sent his BSB back, but has 0 effect on the game. He takes his Silver Helms into the Screamers. And what else do I have to do at this point but take pretty pictures? So there's one of that White Lion unit again. I hate you guys, but you look so nice. And over here, the Phoenix Guard going in against my Plague Bears. I thought that was a really cool picture. Yeah, at least I can salvage some cool pictures out of this game, right? I guess that's a bit of a spoiler alert, but if you had any idea that I was turning this one around at that point, you haven't seen Demons and High Elves too often. Over here, High Elves do some shooting and kill some pink horrors. After combat, wow, he just completely dominated my Beast. Got one left with 1 wound, so yeah. Phoenix Guard reform. And I think that's about it for High Elves. Yeah, Demons turn 3. I did lose some dogs to shooting. I think it was Bolt Thrower, took some shots. Probably some of the other Bolt Throwers on the hill. You see his Reavers came around there too. They probably took a couple pop shots. Demons turn 3. Moving up, trying to get out of the High Elves arc, but that's not going to happen. Moonface is going to take one in the flank. The dogs do charge into Bolt Thrower and overrun and just come short of the archers, just trying to sweep up some points here at the end. I bring the Nurglings out of the building, trying to line up some charges, try to clean up some of his smaller units, maybe try to get some points in my favor. Turn 4 High Elves. Things are moving fast now, and look at that trap. Oh my god. The High Elves are just surrounding those dogs, rounding them up. Oh, this poor guy. Poor dogs. Over here, he deters me from charging anything with the Nurglings with a couple shadow spells. The White Lions go into Moonface's unit, kill Moonface, and leave me with 2 pink horrors left. There would be no problem to clean them up on my turn. Turn 4 Demons. Yeah, we did the math and we figured there's no chance that I can get any points in the game. So it's a 25-0 loss for Demons. What can you say? I figured it would go badly, but I was hoping not this badly. But Alex is a great player and an awesome guy. He actually won a Sportsman Award for the tournament. He was undefeated going into Game 5. He had a really, really good list, and he's a great player with a great attitude. I'll always play Alex any chance I get him. He's a joy to play. My hat goes off to him. He had a great showing at Crossroads, and looking forward to seeing him. We're going to be probably at the same tournament coming up here in Lancaster around April 5th. So I'll get to congratulate him in person on his good run in the GT. So thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. I'm sorry it wasn't more of a tactician genius ship on my Daemons in that one, but stay tuned. I got more reports coming up from Crossroads. Thanks a lot, guys.